Tonight on Nebraska Nightly.
LPD is searching for two men accused of robbing a woman.
The search for a missing Lincoln man continues.
And UNL celebrates international education.
This is Nebraska Nightly.
Live from the Don and Lorena Meyer studio at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln College of Journalism and Mass Communications, this is Nebraska Nightly.
Welcome to Nebraska Nightly. I'm Mackenzie Noble.
And I'm Evie Storjohn. Our top story today.
Lincoln police are searching for two men accused of beating a woman with a baseball bat and robbing her in southwest Lincoln on Saturday. Lincoln police officers were called to the U-Stop near 13th and South Streets at 11:24 a.m. on the report of a robbery. A 31-year-old woman told officers she was walking near 14th and Sumner Streets when two men approached her. She said one man hit her once in the head and once in the leg with a baseball bat, knocking her to the ground. The other man displayed a knife and took her purse before going through it and throwing it on the ground. LPD said the victim was treated at a hospital for minor injuries and was missing $30. The suspects were both described as white men, the first being 5'5" to 5'8" tall and 200 pounds, heavy build, shoulder-length hair, blue jeans, and a jacket. The second suspect was described as 6'3", 220 pounds, muscular build, wearing a black ski mask, t-shirt, and jeans. This is an ongoing investigation. Anyone with information should contact the Lincoln Police Department Crime Stoppers at 402-475-3600.
The mission to find Tyler Goodrich of Lincoln continues with few leads. Sergeant Casey Dalka says they are now focusing on expanding their search radius. He says the main concern is the 35-year-old Goodrich going off the grid. LSO Chief Deputy Ben Houchin says the case has no indication of criminal activity and remains a missing persons investigation.
This week, UNL is celebrating international education to bring attention to the benefits of international education and exchange worldwide.
Just look at the impact international education had in Nebraska in the last year, with more than $110 million to local economies and 885 plus jobs supported. We have so much to gain when we respect and learn about the world around us.
Tonight at 6:30 p.m., the WIC Alumni Center will be hosting the E.N. Thompson Forum, Displacement and Reimagining the American Dream, where students and young professionals will be sharing their experiences as immigrants or refugees. There will be multiple events happening throughout the week to celebrate international education. For more information, visit global.unl.edu.
The City of Lincoln's permanent e-scooter program marks its one-year anniversary. Nebraska Nightly's Nathan Hawkins spoke with the people evaluating its success so far.
You don't have to look hard in downtown Lincoln to find a scooter. A year in a Scooter Link, which is the permanent e-scooter program in the city, the scooters have certainly made their mark. The permanent program came after a 16-month pilot program that city transportation planner Roberto Partida called a success.
The biggest question that we wanted answers to, is this worth us going into? Are e-scooters a valid form of transportation? And what the pilot showed was yes.
The pilot concluded with more than 94,000 trips, but it also showed a promising number for sustainability, as 21% of users said scooter trips replaced a car trip.
Anything that we can do to reduce the number of vehicles on our roadways is a win, and this is we saw it with the pilot, and I'm hopeful that we'll continue to see that with the permanent program.
The city partners with two main scooter companies, Lime, which is sponsored by Uber, and Bird. TJ Burkle, a Bird representative, said the company's nationwide status helps combat any problems the Lincoln program may have.
The nice thing at Bird is we're in over 350 cities. So if it's an issue that a city is dealing with, we've probably seen it before. We've probably got not one, but multiple solutions to solve for it.
Burkle said part of the benefit for cities to take on micromobility is that it's free. Bird pays $10,000 a year to operate in the city, and Lincoln gets 20 cents for every ride. Combined with the fact that it's a sustainable form of transportation, Burkle believes e-scooters can fit anywhere.
All these cities have a long list of transportation infrastructure things they'd like to do. And we can't solve for all of those problems, but we absolutely can be part of the solution.
In the short term, Burkle hopes to see scooters on campus. Partito wants to continue educating users on safe practices while riding scooters. But for the long term, Partito believes the program is here to stay.
I see a sustainable future for this program, and that's encouraging.
For Nebraska Nightly, I'm Nathan Hawkins.
Well, I love those scooters. I mean, it keeps some drivers off the road, and around these parts, some of these drivers cannot drive correctly.
Definitely. Well, I love the sustainability aspect of it. Anything that protects the environment, I am totally here for.
Definitely, and it's just kind of fun to do around town.
Oh yeah. This past weekend, we have felt the temperatures drop for some more crisp fall weather. Meteorologist Logan Schlottman is here to tell you about the forecast for the rest of the week. Logan?
Yeah, most of the temperatures today are probably going to be around those mid to high 60s, with 65 in Broken Bow, 68 in Scottsbluff, and we're going to be seeing 69s over in Lincoln and Omaha. It's been really nice today, except for a little bit of these wind gusts that we have, but zooming in more into the capital city, it's going to be 69 degrees with the south-southwest wind of 19 miles per hour. It's going to be relatively dry, not a lot of moisture in the atmosphere with that 37-degree dew point and 31% relative humidity, but it's going to be still very nice. As we go into our satellite and radar, what we want to see here is a lot of these clouds over here. These are going to be your high-level cirrus clouds. Aren't really going to produce a lot of precipitation if you think so. But what we're really interested here as well is these wind gusts. We're seeing 33s in Lincoln and then ranging all the way 20s, 30s, all the way up to the northern part of Minnesota. So a lot of wind gusts over here for the next couple days. But on our futurecast radar, we're going to see a little bit of some moisture popping up around Nebraska. But that's mainly going to be for your Friday, maybe a little bit of Saturday, Sunday. But I don't think it'll be lived that long. I think the models are just a little bit wrong, as we see a little bit of some precipitation over here as well in northeast Colorado. But your highs, it's going to be really, really cold on Friday. We're going to see that cold front come in, bringing it down 13 degrees all the way to 54 on Friday, as tomorrow and Thursday are going to be your probably last two nice days, maybe of the year, with 71 and 61. Before we rise up a little bit to 61 on Saturday, before finally dipping down to our week low of 51 on Monday and 52 on Tuesday. And for your rain chances, it's going to be dry for those next 4 days before we finally get a little bit of some precipitation that's well needed here, with 40% on Sunday and Monday, then back down to some dry temperatures, dry conditions on Tuesday. And for tonight, we're going to be seeing a low of 39 with the south 13 mile per hour wind. It's going to be mostly clear, and wind could get all the way up to 21 miles per hour. And looking at your 3-day forecast for the rest of the school week, it's going to be sunny with 71 degrees with a south wind of 5-7 miles per hour. But we're going to start seeing a lot of that wind kick in the next 2 days after that, with partly sunny and sunny with 67 degrees and the south-southwest wind of 18 to 23 with gusts all the way up to 36 miles per hour. But we're going to see here, we're going to see that northwest wind that's going to bring it down to that 54 and gusts all the way up to 23 miles per hour. And looking at the week ahead, for the weekend, it's going to be 61 degrees on the Husker game day and cloudy before we finally get those rain chances coming in with 56 and 51 with lows around the mid-30s before on Tuesday we finally get back to some sunnier conditions with 52 degrees. And that's all I have for the weather today, and we'll take it back to the desk.
Thanks, Logan. Coming up after the break, Husker football will try again to get a bowl game this Saturday.
Lainey Choboy takes a dive into the students section.
And Husker Stalker plays for a trip to the Elite Eight. All after the break.
Of the 40 million tons of plastic waste generated in the U.S. in 2021, only 5%, or 2 million tons, was recycled. Make sure you do your part in keeping Anderson Hall clean. For more information on recycling statistics, visit epa.gov today.
Welcome back to Nebraska Nightly.
Husker sports had a big weekend. Trey Marler has more. Trey?
Thanks, Mackenzie. Well, it's a feeling Husker fans know all too well. A lead in the second half, dwindling from costly mistakes and untimely turnovers, all leading to a last-second loss. Former Husker and now Army Sergeant Chris Long leading the Huskers out prior to the game for Veterans Weekend. Late second quarter, Talia Tagovailoa finds Ty Felton, and he does the rest, scoring from 16 yards out. Maryland leads 7-0 early. Following a Harburg injury, it's Jeff Sims getting the nod, and well, it was a not ideal day for the Georgia Tech transfer. Sims looking deep right into the hands of a Maryland Terrapin defender, and Matt Rule is not pleased. Huskers go down 7-0 into the break. Start of the second half, it's the Huskers looking to bounce back. Janiron Bonner goes off the left side, and he finds the end zone for the first time in his career. The Huskers are tied at 7 apiece. They would add a field goal late to go ahead 10-7. First play of the fourth, and it's Jeff Sims turning it over again. His third of the game. Terrapins would capitalize to tie things up at 10 with a field goal following the turnover. Could the third time be the charm? Chubba Purdy gets the nod, the Huskers' third QB of the day. And Husker fans, cover your eyes as Chubba Purdy lofts one right into the hands of the Maryland defense for the 5th turnover of the day. 3 seconds left, and it's Jack House who puts one right down Broadway. Huskers fall on a heartbreaker, losing the Terrapins 13-10.
It's really, as I said to the guys, it's just a shame. It overshadows all the other good things that they're doing. When you have 4 turnovers and you lose 13-10, that's pretty hard to do. And so it means that we're being physical and running the football and doing some other decent things. But the passing game really is just not where it needs to be for us.
Speaking of the passing game, 3 quarterbacks plagued by injuries and turnovers, but someone has to take the field on Saturday. Heinrich Harburg suffered a high ankle sprain in the Saturday loss. Jeff Sims was pulled after 3 turnovers, and Chubba Purdy threw a pick in the end zone after marching his team 92 yards. Coach Rule said yesterday that QB1 for Saturday is still up for grabs. Take a look at this. It's Husker volleyball making headlines. Lainey Choboy goes into the seats to save the Husker point, the #1 play on SportsCenter yesterday, as the Huskers roll past Illinois, running 3-1 to improve to 25-0. To the hardwood, where the highly anticipated return of Keisei Tominaga is the highlight, and he makes his presence felt early as he gets the game started with a 3 from deep as the Huskers go up 3-0. Later in the half, it's Tominaga with the assist this time as Josiah Alec throws it down. His sister, Becca Alec, the volleyball star, is in the stands, and she's loving it. Huskers lead 38-29 at the break. Second half, and it's a near turnover turn points as Sam Hoiberg capitalized with a hustle play to extend the Husker lead. Husker lead dwindling to 4, but Keisei Tominaga responds again as Huskers would end the game on a 17-4 run as they survived, winning 64-50, improving to 3-0 for the first time under Fred Hoiberg. More postseason soccer at Hibner Stadium as UC Irvine and Gonzaga get the Friday start at 3:30, followed by the nightcap between the host seed Nebraska Cornhuskers and the visiting Lady Vols of Tennessee. The winners will play Sunday afternoon for a trip to the Elite Eight, guys.
Trey, what is up with all these turnovers? When will it be our turn?
The turnovers, but hey, bright side, sports, Trev Alberts extended 2031. Maybe that's just the difference we need. Trev Alberts extended. I think turnovers only up from here on Saturday in Madison. I heard you're going to the game.
I am going to the game on Madison. I'll be live at the stadium. I'm so excited.
Well, that's going to be really exciting, like you said.
Hopefully we win, so I don't embarrass myself.
This week is the week. We're going back to a bowl game first time since 2016, and it's because you're going to be there. I fully believe it's because you're going to be there.
Well, coming up on Nebraska Nightly, the Yoga and Yogurt event held by Campus Recreation.
Student night at the Ross.
And an early Christmas event, all after the break.
Three, 2, 1.
This is Nebraska Nightly. If you're a student at UNL and have ever been interested in reporting or video production, Nebraska Nightly is your place. Here you can build creative skills no matter how much experience you have.
Our equipment is very, very high level here, and it's something that a lot of times a lot of people wouldn't get to access until they're kind of in a professional workspace.
Talk to a UNL advisor about joining Nebraska.
Welcome back. If you are looking for things to do around Lincoln this week, Nebraska Nightly's entertainment reporter Madeline Fox has all the details.
The Campus Recreation Center will be hosting yoga and yogurt this Thursday from 12 to 12:50 p.m. This will be a rejuvenating yoga practice with a nutritious treat to enjoy afterwards. But make sure you sign up now at go.unl.edu/fitness classes. On November 16th from 5 to 9 p.m., the Ross is hosting a student night. Show your student ID and get $1 tickets, popcorns, and drinks. You can visit theross.org for showtimes and ticket information. It's almost Thanksgiving, which means it isn't too early to start celebrating Christmas. The Festival of Trees will begin November 18th and continue through November 25th. It is open daily from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. If you can write letters to Santa, win Christmas trees, decorations, and presents. For more information, visit lincoln.org/events.
Thanks, Madeline. Well, all those events sound wonderful, but the one that really stands out to me is the Christmas one.
Oh, definitely. Nothing I love more than decorating for Christmas at this time. I actually started listening to my Christmas album this morning.
Oh yeah, well I've started making my Christmas list.
Christmas list?
Oh,
really?
yeah.
What's your top thing right now?
A TV.
Oh, okay, for your room?
Yes.
Okay, I love that. I've never had a TV in my room, but maybe this year's the year.
We're trying something new.
Yeah. Well, Nebraska Nightly is a student production of the University of Nebraska's College of Journalism and Mass Communications.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you Friday at 4:30. This is Nebraska Nightly.